All right. Good afternoon and welcome to the Equitable Policing Advisory Group meeting. I'm Savitra Peoples-Brown and I serve as the chair of the Baltimore County Equitable Policing Advisory Group. Just as a reminder, today's meeting is being recorded and will be available on the county's Equitable Policing webpage. I'd like to thank everyone who has joined us today, including our advisory group members and members of the community. This work remains a top priority, and the advisory group, along with the administration, continue to dedicate the necessary resources that promote equitable practices throughout the county's policing efforts. I have a few brief updates that I will share since the meeting in July. We continue to work closely with Doctors Lauren Hamilton Edwards and Usman Ali to perform an analysis of 2023 traffic enforcement data. This work is a continuation of the deep dive analysis performed last year of 2018 through 2022 traffic enforcement data. The full report of the deeper dive analysis is accessible on the county's Equitable Policing webpage. We also continue to facilitate workshops with members of the Equitable Policing Advisory Group. The workshops are focused on community engagement, traffic stop, and internal management. The purpose of the workshops is to develop a comprehensive, viable path forward on the action steps that will address the findings of the study and define solutions that are sustainable. We continue to work diligently to outline the action steps that can be completed in the short term and long term. I'll now pause and turn it over to our police chief, McCullough, to provide additional remarks. And then from there, we'll hear from our various advisory group members on the work that we've been working on.
Thank you, Ms. Peoples. As your police chief, my foremost duty is to ensure that every community member is treated with dignity and respect and receives equitable treatment in every encounter with all members of the police department. The women and men of the Baltimore County Police Department readily accept and embrace the input and oversight that comes with serving our communities. The department is proud of our efforts in recent years to add extensive training initiatives to help mitigate implicit biases and enhance de-escalation techniques. For example, we've implemented several ongoing trainings, including fair and impartial policing, implicit bias, active bystander for law enforcement training, it's called ABLE, integrating communications and assessment and tactics, ICAT, de-escalation training, and Blue Carrot's mindfulness training. The findings included that were found in the updated study underscore the importance of these efforts, the need for continued review of policies and procedures, and ongoing commitment to transparency in this work. We understand the significance of engaging in open dialogue with community leaders and residents. Diverse perspectives and insights are crucial as we work collaboratively, meaningful and stronger partnerships with the community. And moving forward, we will continue to emphasize the importance of ensuring that all community members are heard and valued. We also understand the importance of examining ourselves and being transparent about our policies. Please be assured that we are decisively committed to upholding the principles of fairness and compassion while doing our, we are committed to upholding the principles of fairness, integrity, and justice in all our endeavors. As I previously stated upon assuming this role, we are resolute in reviving our proud legacy of community policing. We express gratitude for sustained support and partnerships and encourage you to communicate with us regarding any concerns, suggestions, or feedback as we strive to ensure a safe, just, and equitable environment for all in Baltimore County. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief McCullough. Now I would like to open it up to any of our advisory group members who would like to share additional remarks on the work that we've been doing.
Go ahead and I guess kick it off regarding I have the work group for department management. Some of our focus areas that we've been talking about are going to be on the department's hiring and retention practices. We are currently going to be examining the status of exit interviews and also reinstatement interviews as people return to the department. We're also going to be looking at deployment strategies, where we deploy resources operationally and how, and the methods behind them. We're going to do that by reviewing our standard operating procedures. We're going to look at creating some additional standard operating procedures to give expectations for foot patrol and things of that nature, and looking for considerations in deployment and having our deployment strategies reviewed by through a lens of equity and diversity to make sure that we are adhering to our core principles. We're also doing some research, working with our academic colleagues in areas of other agencies that have had success in violent crime reduction, while being ensuring that policing has been equitable. And we are also going to be examining our budget priorities to see that they align with where our priorities are in our deployment strategies and management.
Thank you, Colonel Kelly. Colonel Conger.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Joe Conger with the Police Department. And one of the subgroups, the one that I work with is related to our traffic stops and traffic enforcement. In our group, most recently, we're looking at a few things. One is, our colleagues who are assisting us, the professors here did an awesome job of analyzing our traffic stop data that was published in the report earlier this year. We recognize that those things change over time. So one of the things we're doing right now is we're working to analyze 2023 data to see how that our performance over that time period compares to the previously analyzed time periods. At the same time, we're not just sitting back watching to see how things are going. We want to see what we can do to affect change. And so we're looking at one, the data collection process can always be refined and revised. So we're looking to see what data elements could be better captured or additionally captured that would make for future analysis more valuable. And then finally, we want to continue to affect traffic enforcement in a positive way. And so we're looking at policy and training that would affect how we carry out that enforcement. And then we would bring that full cycle. Once we have the opportunity to identify and implement those, we would look to analyze the data to see if, in fact, we did achieve the outcomes that we are looking for.
Thank you so much, Colonel Conger. Would anyone like to share information specifically on internal management? Elaborating on what Chief McCullough has already shared? All right. I would now like to offer one of our facilitators of our ongoing workshops, Dr. Lauren Hamilton Edwards, just to share a few remarks about what she and Dr. Usman Ali have been working us through.
Happy to. I think we missed the community engagement group. If anybody wanted to speak up or to talk about what they had been looking at from that group.
Yeah, I can talk about that a little bit. So essentially what we're looking at is really how to best engage community and gather their feedback throughout this process. And it'll be a multi-pronged approach, basically coming up with a survey of sorts that we can get out to the community, as well as coupling that with information sessions, listening sessions, things like that, collaborating with our school systems, both BCPS and our university systems that are here in Baltimore County as well. And made some good progress yesterday. Fortunately, on the survey portion, one of our members just recently did something similar for her New Americans Task Force. So we basically have a lot of information already on hand in the form of questions that we can be asking our communities. And I think that'll be the thing that we kind of lean towards at the end of this year. And then from an internal perspective as well, reaching out to other jurisdictions that have similar population sizes and demographics and seeing how they have engaged their constituents in this type of manner as well.
Thanks, Patrick. So I am Lauren Hamilton Edwards. I'm professor of public policy, associate professor of public policy at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and proud resident of Baltimore County. So Dr. Usman and I, or Dr. Ali and I, I'm sorry he can't be here today. He's not feeling well. We have been looking at the data portion at traffic stop data, which you can read about in the report. But as we say in there, there's only so much data information that statistics and data can give us without talking to people. And so I'm really glad to follow up from what Patrick was talking about, because one thing we're really interested in is not just getting community perspective, which is very important, but also the officer perspective. And thinking about how officers are perceiving their role in the community or during a traffic stop, so that both sides of this equation are being better understood in Baltimore County, so that those interactions can go smoother and more respectful on both sides. So I think that's an important aspect of the work getting done here. I also think it's very important to just put to mind that this group isn't just looking at traffic stops. There's a lot that goes into policing, and so I'm very excitedly working on the internal management side of things. It's what I study quite a bit of in my day job, and the running of government. And it's been fascinating to see and think about how police departments are run, and how they can be run in a way that is more efficient, more effective, more equitable, without necessarily always more money and more officers when those are not available. So I have been very honored to work with this group, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we get with the recommendations and how to move this group forward past January. So, and thank you, Savitra, once again for the continued opportunity.
Thank you. We're so pleased to have you continue this work with us. And thank you, Patrick, for sharing the update on the community engagement work. Are there any other advisory group members who would like to share anything? Or just make general remarks? I don't want to put anyone on the spot. Okay, with that, just want to thank everyone for your time. We do have one or another upcoming meeting to talk about this work later in the early part of the new year. We typically have quarterly check-ins to provide the public an update on the work that has been progressed. And so look for an update in the early part of the new year. We will provide that information on the Equitable Policing Advisory Group webpage on that specific date once it's been confirmed. Anything else for the good of the order? Again, thank you all, and this recording will be made available on the webpage, and we thank everyone for their time.
Thank you very much, Savitra. Thank you, Dr. Edwards.